Hello everyone. I know I haven't been on here for a little while. Life has just really gotten in the way. The baby's here. Life is settling down a little bit. I mean, we've had the baby a month ago. So I can get back to making some videos. Now, first thing we're going to talk about, you've already read the title, so you already know what this is about. My Amazon account got hacked a month ago, right when the baby was being born. That was some good timing. But anyhow, I learned a few things about this, so I want to give you some information about it and what we're doing with this. I mean, what to do if your account gets hacked, and some ideas and some thoughts. Okay? First off, I don't think they got my password. And let me explain why. Here's what happened. Let's start there. One morning I woke up to go to the bathroom. I've been working late at night. And I woke up at 7 to go to the bathroom after getting to bed about 2 in the morning. I walk into the bathroom, pick up my phone on the way, and I'm like, I'm going to check my phone just because. And I see your order from Amazon has been placed. And I'm like, what? I didn't place an order. And I checked the time. It was like 2 minutes ago. So I looked at it, and it was stuff I'd already ordered. So I immediately flipped over to the Amazon app on my phone, and it popped up with two-step authentication, and I'm thinking, I never set that up. I've been hacked. So I go in the office where I'm sitting right now, get on the computer, which is right behind me. You can see the two screens back there. It's turned off currently. Okay? And start trying to get in my Amazon account. Well, I type in my password, and that works. And then it wants a two-step authentication, and it's asking for the code from the Authenticator app. And I'm like, no, I don't have an Authenticator app. So the first thing that goes through my mind is see if I can change the password. And it let me change the password. I click change password, password, recover password. And then it asks for a new password. So I shifted the password. But it still didn't get me the two-step authentication process. So I don't think they got my password, because if I hacked an account with a password, the first thing I would do is change the password so they can't get into it. And my password was working. The old password was working. Now, one thing about that, I have 3 or 4 different passwords that I cycle around different things. The password that was on that Amazon account was only used on the Amazon account. So if they got the password, it wouldn't have worked on anything else. My passwords are sentences. They're not, like Joe 57. They're full-on sentences. So when I'm going to type a password, it's 20 to 30 characters long with numbers and symbols in there. Okay? For example, I ate 37 red tuna fish. That would be a password I would use. No one's hacking that easily, and a random password generator isn't going to guess that quickly. So I'm pretty sure they didn't get my password. What I think that happened, and Amazon, we'll get to that in a little bit. What I think happened is they were using a hacked app that as long as you had the address, the email address, and a couple other pieces of information, they could set up that two-step authentication process and block out the user without knowing the password. Because if the password is trusted on the app, it'll let you in the account. Now, I may be wrong on that, but that's what I think happened. They were using a hacked app that was sending a message to Amazon saying the password's correct. So it was letting it in. Okay? Letting them in. Now, I know a couple of things about how the hack worked. It was a mobile phone they used to do it with. The mobile phone number was traced to Chicago. I traced it to Chicago. I also know that the packages were shipped to Massachusetts with tracking numbers and everything. And what they did when they got in there, because this was kind of the smart part, is they looked through my past orders and got hold of Amazon and said, look, this item was never shipped, or I never received this item. Can you send it again? Amazon's pretty good about sending you a second item if it's been a while. And you say, I never got it. Okay? So they had some computer parts resent. Now, the computer parts come out to $800-900. But by doing that, I'm not charged any money. So it doesn't show on my bank statement. So if I'm not paying any attention to my email or my Amazon app account, I wouldn't have caught this for days. Unfortunately, I pay attention to these things and caught it almost immediately. And when I got the password changed, they couldn't get into the account anymore because that sends a message to the app saying, the password's been changed. What's the new password? And the app won't let you sign in until you put the new password in. So I blocked them out of the account. Then I immediately started getting hold of Amazon. And this is where I went wrong. And this is one of the reasons I'm making the video. When you change the password, if you can't get in, there's a little blue bar that says need help. If you click it, you can change the password or you can contact customer service. So I called customer service. If you click it right, it'll give you a phone number for calling customer service, which is incredibly hard to do. You just can't call Amazon. They don't want you to. When I got hold of Amazon, I told them what happened, and they said, well, we'll lock down the account. In 24 to 48 hours, we'll get back to you. 2 days later, they still hadn't got back to me. So I called again and said, look, this is what happened. And the customer service person said, I'll talk to my supervisor, but we submit a form to another department, and that department has to approve everything. And I said, well, it's already been 48 hours, and I haven't gotten contacted, so something's wrong. These people have access to my account, and it's got me nervous. I don't need them getting hold of my debit cards or anything. And she said, no, they can't get hold of your credit card numbers. And so doing some checking, no, they couldn't. Amazon, once you type that credit card number in there, it never gets displayed again. You can't display it. So I had that going for me. They weren't going to get those account numbers. But just in case, I called the bank and canceled those debit cards and got new debit cards, which is a pain in the butt. But my bank's really good. I could go to an office and pick up the new debit card immediately. Well, anyhow, getting back to this. I waited another 48 hours, still nothing. I called him again. I got the same song and dance. So I got fed up the next day. This has been a week now. And I finally said to myself, I'm going to try to just send an email because there's also an email link. You can call us or you can email us. So I emailed, said I've tried to call 3 or 4 times, nothing happened, yada, yada, yada. I get immediate response, almost immediate, within an hour or two saying, we've reset your account, we've cleared your information, we've blocked whatever they've done to the account, we've redone it. You may do what you need to do with the account now. And I went through and set up the 2-step process myself. So no one else can access the account. I get a message if they try without that 2-step authentication. And the authentication goes through a text message to my phone. So now if someone tries to log into the account that's not me, I will get a text message saying, here is the code number. Is this you doing this? And I can check it and go, yes, it's me, or no, it's not me. Now, it sounds like it's a pain in the butt, but you can also, on your computer, check a box that says, this is a trusted device, and you don't get that message every time you use that particular computer. And again, I think this is how they hacked it. They used a hacked app like that. It allowed them to bypass security somehow. But anyhow, setting this up just adds an extra layer of security. Now, proceeding from there, what did I do next? Well, I called the local police department where the package was being delivered. I had delivery address. I had tracking numbers. So I called them and said, hey, someone ordered some packages, used my name, they're delivered here. The detective was really interested because apparently the person had done crud like this before, was on probation, couldn't touch a computer, and just by doing this violated parole and is going to go to jail. Plus, identity theft in Massachusetts happens to be a felony, so this person's going to get some serious jail time out of this, which is good for me. Now, the couple of mistakes I made there is I didn't take screenshots of everything, so I no longer have the tracking number. I did take a screenshot of the delivery address, however, so I could send that to the detective. I got to see if I can track down the tracking number. UPS probably has it. I just need to contact customer service at UPS and say, I had a package scheduled for delivery with this email address. I got this tracking information. Can you show me get the tracking number back? They probably can do it. The detective told me that this stuff happens all the time with Amazon, and Amazon just blocks them and doesn't want to bother with it because they don't want to pay someone to deal with the police. He said, I'll submit a subpoena. It'll take a little while. They'll eventually give me what I need, but it'll take a month or two. this is what I don't like about big corporations, is their smoke screen of customer service. Something goes wrong, they just don't want to deal with you. They only want to deal with things go right. But if something happens to you, do contact the local police where the package was being delivered. A lot of the times, these guys want to get those people. You give them enough information, they can arrest them. I mean, this guy had the product delivered to his own home. He didn't have it delivered to a dummy address. It was delivered to his house. That's a stupid mistake. So now the police know exactly who did it. Okay? But anyhow, having said this, here's some other things you can do. One, I use passwords that are sentences. I don't use the same password on every account. They cycle around. Like all my business-related passwords, they might be the same for 2 or 3 things. Not email. My email password's separate from my account access for certain things, like domain names and stuff like that, because I do maintain a website for my business. I maintain a list of passwords on a secure file on my phone. Now, my phone gets stolen, I'm going to lose that list, but it's on a secure file on the phone. So they have to hack that file. In the meantime, Samsung does this, Apple does this, Google does this. You can remotely wipe the phone. The second they power it up, you can wipe the phone. And it will wipe the phone the second it's powered up. You can also set the phone so after so many attempts to access the phone, it auto-wipes the phone. So as long as you maintain a backup, a secure backup of that file, you're going to be okay. And I don't have that right now, so that's one of the things on my list for this week. Another thing I do, and this is kind of annoying, but I've done this for 2 or 3 years now. I keep almost no money in the account related to that debit card. I transfer money in, then go shopping. One, that keeps me from spending money. I keep all my money in an account that I don't use the debit card on very often and don't have the debit card linked to anything on the internet. This account has lots of links to things on the internet, and we maintain money in the account on a need basis. That way, if the account does get hacked, there's no money for them to take. Okay? So I immediately disabled the account and made sure there was no money for them to take and fixed it so autodraft didn't work. You try to swipe a card from money you have an account, and the bank automatically pays it. No, I've disabled that. So they weren't going to get any money out of that account no matter what happened. Changing the debit card, not keeping money in that account, it kind of stops all that from happening. Okay? I am using the Amazon account again. Everything seems to be fine. Everything's working okay. We use Amazon a little too much to just stop using Amazon. Yeah, just saying all that stuff, just giving you a list of things. Don't use the same password on everything. Don't make the password easy to guess. Again, I use sentences. Okay? Keep a list of passwords and make sure that file is secured. Like I said, on my phone, it's a secured file. You can find it, but you got to know which file it is. The file isn't even named password. It's got a weird name on it, like kitty fart or something like that. It looks like a text document. But when you open it, it asks for a password. And I have a couple of those in the same folder that don't have anything in them but stupid things like my favorite Nintendo games and stuff like that. So just making it kind of harder for someone to find things. I shred everything with my name on it that comes in. I don't throw anything in the trash with my name on it from mail. Identity thieves, that's one of the ways they get your information is they sort your mail. They don't hack your computer. Hacking accounts is hard. Driving past someone's house late at night and pulling a bag out of the trash can takes seconds. And then taking it home and sorting through the mail, find a credit card app with your name on it, fill out the credit card in your name, change the address to a post office box, and now they got a credit card in your name. That's the most common form of identity theft. Keeping no money in the account, keeping a separate account for internet purchase reasons, and keeping no money there. That's one of the things I do. Okay? So just talking basic security on the internet. Okay? One of the things you might find surprising, I don't do antivirus software. I used to do computer repair work, and those things just bog your computer down and slow it down. I don't like them. There's a few basic things you can do to not get viruses. Don't go to questionable internet sites. You know, there's plenty of sites out there with, I'm going to say it, pornography. Pornography people want to stick things on your computer you don't want on your computer. Don't go to porn sites and you won't have virus problems. You're going to go to porn sites, you better have good antivirus on that computer. Don't download files from untrusted sites. There's a few sites out there you can download files from. I don't download files much anymore, so it's all good. I usually buy my programs. Use a web-based email like Gmail or Yahoo Mail or Hotmail. Using one of those three, they have built-in virus scanners themselves. Files don't get to you that have viruses. They get deleted. The viruses get stripped off. So those is just some basic internet rules. And if you follow them, you don't get a virus on the computer. My work computers don't even have virus software on them, and we don't get viruses at work. As long as you're careful, you don't open attachments from people you don't know on email, stuff like that, you're going to be fine. Don't take, if you're worried about it, you keep that antivirus software. AVG is a good one. I won't do Norton or, what's the other one that's big? McAfee. I won't use either one of those. I just don't trust them. They're about getting money out of you more than anything. So getting back to the Amazon thing, again, just use some common sense. Set up the two-step authenticator. I set it up on Facebook too. And you know what? Someone tried to get my Facebook account today and got blocked because it's a new device and it wasn't me. So got blocked. So set up these two-step authentication things on anything important. Banks, they got plenty of security in the way they rotate their passwords around and stuff. You're not going to get hacked there. But if your bank is a simple username password, that better be a unique password. Unique to nothing but that bank. I do that with my banks. My bank has 3 different login screens with 3 different authentication cycles. So it's... and things rotate around on it, so it's really hard for anyone to hack that. You'd have to know quite a bit about the person, and you're free to set up the answers to the responses. So, you know, even if you did figure out some of the answers to the questions, I misspelled the words. So you might know the right word, but if you don't misspell it like I did, you're still not getting into it right. So just giving you guys some basic safety tips and some thoughts. If your Amazon account gets hacked, email, don't call. Change your debit card, even though I don't think the person can get it. But if you can't recover your account quickly, changing that debit card keeps them from doing anything on your account. Most likely they're going to do what this guy did and try to avoid charging any money to your account, because that's theft as well as identity theft, and they get charged for 2 crimes instead of 1. If it's only Amazon that loses money, they can't be charged for theft until Amazon files a complaint. You can't complain and get them charged for theft if you don't lose money. Okay? So they're going to try to do something like that to prevent the money loss from you, so you can't file theft charges. Only thing you can do is identity theft. Amazon has to file the theft charges, and they probably won't. They just don't want to bother with it. So separate debit card for internet purchases, credit card, whatever, with a low limit. Rotate your passwords. Use passwords or sentences. They're easier to remember, too. Like I said, you know, yesterday I ate 37 red gummy bears. That's a password. It's easy to remember. Okay? So you could think of your favorite childhood show, like Transformers were awesome 52 times, and there's a password. Okay? So it's not hard to come up with a password. Just use a sentence. Email Amazon. I'm starting to rant. I'm starting to rave. I need to go eat some dinner. So I'm going to quit this. Okay? But I am going to leave you with one thing real quick. On the floor, we have 2 sleeping kitty cats. Tomodachi and Thunderpaws. Thunder. Thunderpaws. Tomodachi looks. They're like, leave us alone. We're comfy. I don't know why Tomodachi got the bed and Thunder didn't. Usually Thunder's in the bed and Tomodachi's on the floor. Well, anyhow, everyone, hope you get something useful out of this video. Short talk about security on the internet and what to do if your Amazon account's hacked. Okay, it's not the end of the world. just email Amazon, shut down your debit card or whatever card you use on there, and you should be fine. They won't get your account information. They won't get your card numbers. They're going to try to keep you from getting access to your account. So if you catch it right away, you change that password so they can't do it, and then contact Amazon. That's what I did. Here's what I forgot. Take screenshots of every email you can, every link you can. So the police are going to ask for this stuff. That's the one thing I didn't do. So when I pulled up the tracking information, I should have taken the screenshot on UPS's website. When I pulled up my account, what little account information I could on the order, I should have taken a screenshot and saved it for the detectives, because they're going to want that stuff. That's the one thing I forgot. So document, contact the local police, change your password, email Amazon, don't call, okay? And change your debit card info. And you'll come out of that without owing too much money. I didn't owe anything. They don't want you to owe anything when they hack your account, because then they can get charged with two things when you contact the local police. Amazon themselves is not liable to contact the police, and they know it when they hack your account. And I get the feeling this goes on pretty often, and there's a ring of individuals who are doing it. Okay? So, hope you enjoyed. Hope this was useful and helpful. Hope you liked the little short video of the two cats. I'm going to eat some dinner and get to bed, because tomorrow I'm escorting a bunch of kids to a swimming pool. It'll be fun. I'll talk to you all later. I'm going to get some model videos up really soon. I've got a model almost near completion. The Enterprise has been on hold because I need a couple hours to get to it. But my time is a little bit more free right now, so I should be able to get to it this weekend. I need to redo the 555 timer video. I found a better way to wire it, and I'm going to get that up. It's a much simpler way to wire it that's a lot better. And I'm going to explain something about the resistor values, so you get the resistor values dialed in a lot quicker and give you some ranges on them. Because I've learned how that thing works. And knowing how it works means you can explain it better. All right, everyone, have a good evening. Talk to you later.